What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another A&R review. We got Venom, and I am excited to open this guy up. Now, there has been a lot of Venom figures over the years. Some big monster Venoms, some small absorbing man wave Venom, so different renditions of Venom. But this is a character with different hosts and different looks. It's only a matter of time before Hasbro took a giant swing at one of the animated series Venom. So let's find out if they did this figure justice. So before we get into the figure, we'll talk about the box here. This is a Hasbro PulseCon Exclusive, so they give us a nice packaging, and boy is it ever nice. You've got this Venom picture right here, nice big ass Venom picture. It is nostalgia, it hits you the 90s look. So I absolutely love this packaging, and it's got, you know, silhouette of Venom in the back here. And if the light hits it the right way, you could see the Venom cartoon image there. That's so cool. And then on the side of the box, you've got the Venom silhouette as well, the actual wording of Venom. So I really love the packaging. It's just such a cool presentation. Simple, but, you know, really nice to do this. They could have just gave us a retro packaging and call it a night, but they wanted to give a nice presentation to Venom. All right, so let's open up this guy nicely. I want to make sure the box is in good condition because I'm going to probably close the box up and put it on my shelf somewhere. Ooh, sweetie. Look at that. Retro packaging Venom. You know I bought two of these. Well, actually maybe more than two, because I need to hang one of them in my wall, my retro wall. But yeah, this is your, you know, Spider-Man retro packaging. You've seen this before with many figures. You got the Venom picture here. In the back, you've got a little bit of write-up and then Venom right there flying at you. So yeah, your typical retro packaging, right? It's fitting that they put this guy in there, and hopefully they continue the trend and bring in some more, you know, Spider-Man villains in this packaging, because a lot of the villains have come and gone, and new collectors need to get these guys, right? So this is a great way to introduce those characters back into the line. So before we sink our teeth into this guy, I want to make sure to remind everybody, if you're watching this video and not a subscriber, click on that subscribe button and leave a comment on our videos, because we are giving prizes every month. And the month of November, we're actually going to give away an Amazon gift card. So all you got to do is be a subscriber, leave a comment, and you'll have a chance to win an Amazon gift card at the end of this month. All right, slice and dice, let's go. We're no inbox people here. Now, when people think of Venom, they think of teeth, tongue, and muscle. This figure definitely has teeth, and it has the animated slithering tongue. You can almost feel the drool and the spit hitting you in the face just before looking at this thing. The head looks like it jumped right out of the television. The eyes, they have this pointy triangle pupil thing going on. You may or may not like this, but it's damn accurate to the animation. So body-wise, this guy is using the Omega Red and Warpath body, which is a great choice, I think. And in terms of how he looks, man, he's got muscle, he's got definition, looks great. It is a lot better than the Hyperion buck that we used a while back for Venom, which is outdated now. And sure, we got the monster Venom and the movie Venom as well, but Venom fans wanted an animated Venom. I'm a fan, and I wanted this, and I'm so glad it's here in front of me. So looking at this body closely here, you can see that a lot of stuff has been exaggerated, which is how the comic and the animation proportions were. People might be confused by the blue and red effects, but it's screen accurate. In the show, Venom had blue and red highlights. Now, you do see a lot of red and blue in the front. For the back though, a little bit less. So just by the back thighs and by the neck and the top shoulder area. The bottom part of the legs here, nothing, no highlights. The lower back and the buttocks, the Symbiote buttocks, nothing there. So yeah, I think kind of, I don't know why they did this. It's just like, yeah, we ran out of paint. We just did a little bit of areas. Kind of weird. But the front, you got color galore here. Now, this comes down to my first gripe here. I love he's beefy, and you know, Eddie Brock has to be like that so he can pummel Spider-Man. But the veiny area, I know it shows in the show that it has it, but it's supposed to get lost in the white squares, which this guy does not have. So first mistake right there. There's no actual white painting of him on his above his wrist here. And in the show, it did have that. So kind of disappointed they didn't have that. Now, there's people out there saying he doesn't have them, but he definitely does. Do your homework, people. He definitely does. So that was my first gripe. The next issue, which may not bother a lot of people, but it bothered me. The Spider-Man logo. Unfortunately, because of the butterfly joints, it wasn't possible to get them to get the painted up. I mean, it is possible, but I think it made it difficult to line up the actual logo. This logo is a little too contoured to the chest. In the animation, the logo actually spans out over to the more to the shoulder area. I kind of find it interesting they didn't do this because the black costume Spider-Man, they pulled it off. They had the actual logo over the shoulder. So it's disappointing that they didn't have this guy's logo set up properly. I just feel it looks too narrow here. So 2 gripes there already on the way he looks. One, the white square on the top of the wrist, and the actual Symbiote logo, the Spider-Man logo, over the chest here. So articulation wise, this guy has got his head on a hinge here. Now the upper body, you've got the butterfly joints we just talked about, and I love me some butterfly joints. He does have bicep swivel. We'll have a list of all the articulation up on the screen if you want to take a look at it. Double elbow, and the wrist has a swivel, and then the hinge on there. For the upper body here, no upper body swivel, but he does have a waist swivel right here, as you can see. And then for the lower body parts here, he does have a thigh cut, and he's got massive thighs, like they're gargantuous. And then you have a double knee, and then for the ankle up and down, and you can actually rock it back and forth. So he's got all the articulation you would possibly need to get Venom in some awesome poses, and you know, swinging after Spider-Man, even in grabbing Spider-Man's neck too. So accessory wise, it's kind of bare here. We do get additional head sculpt right here, which is nice. The tongue is actually inside the mouth. And then we get 2 closed fists here. So comparison wise, I've got a couple of Venoms here. Actually, I got 3 of them here. I got the Monster Venom, the old Marvel Legends Venom a few years back, and then the movie Venom that does not want to stand. And that's why, hence I'm holding him. But I think he scales pretty good. You know, this is overkill right here. This is monster. They call it a Monster Venom for a reason. But I think this actually looks the right size for, you know, someone who wants the regular muscular Venom, but nothing extreme as this. It's obviously an upgrade from this look, because this is just puny. And this is like Peter Parker size here. So I really like the size. It's a good comparison to this guy here. You know, I actually love this Venom a lot, but having this here, this might be my favorite Venom. And up next we have the Retro Spider-Man here, arguably one of the best Spider-Man Marvel Legends team has put out. And then the second version of Carnage that came out, I believe, about a year ago. The 2 of them, I mean, Carnage looks tiny next to Venom, but you know, in the animation he is supposed to be smaller but lankier, right? He's supposed to have the projectiles always coming out of him, but he is always smaller than Venom. Venom is the big boy on the block. He's bigger than the both of them. So by looking at this here, I think he is sized up pretty well with these 2. So what's my take on this Venom? Well, I'm a fan of the 90s animation, and for me, this is the closest we're gonna get. This is the closest we've gotten so far. You just saw the bunch of Venoms I already had in my collection, right? There's a couple of gripes that I talked about, which is something that I can get over. I mean, I can always paint the squares on his wrist. It's not a big deal for me. He looks great. I mean, he's the right size. The paint, the blue and red paint, you know, it just looks so good. The extra head here sculpt looks fantastic. You know, closed fist. I mean, I know there's, you know, lacking in the accessory department, but God, he looks so good. If you have a chance to pick this guy up, I highly recommend pick this guy up. He'll look great in your collection, in your Marvel collection or your Spider-Man collection or any collection. This is a must-have. It's a great figure. You know what's also great is clicking that subscribe button. I know it's cheesy, right? I do this all the time. Click on the subscribe button, leave a comment, and you get to win a prize every month. As always, thank you for watching.